Hi, I'm going to talk to you about compromised transformation programs. Audrey and I just got back from Australia and New Zealand trip, and it was great to be face to face. And while we're there at conferences, I really keep a beginner's mind to be open to learning. And I'm going to share the new discovery, the new insight that came to me while we were on this trip. I've been wondering for a while why it is that transformation programs are so challenged. And what I realized is that they're actually compromised. So this is a term I've coined, compromised transformation programs, to indicate a specific kind of transformation program that is compromised. Well, what does a compromise mean? It means that the executives have been undermined, there's very little support for the change program from all levels of management. There's a new center of excellence that now has power over all levels of management and can enforce compliance towards this new direction that's happening in the company. And most insidious of all is there's an employee reduction program that's part of it. There's a cost out model, as it's called, where the cost of the program is justified by savings through getting rid of people. So that's why these programs generally don't work. I mean, there's so much going wrong with them. Now, the big challenge here is that the transformation programs, their stated goals of helping the organization become more productive, don't actually happen, right? We actually get the opposite effect where safety is reduced, people are being asked to do things that actually get in the way of work. So first of all, why does this thing even happen? Well, it turns out that, and there's books written about this, such as When McKinsey Comes to Town. It turns out that often there are sales techniques that are manipulative. And I came to learn this information through Dowie Oliver. We had a great conversation at Agile on the Beach. And essentially what's going on, and he was speaking firsthand as someone who's been through this, is that what happens is there's a fictitious program created, like a burning platform based on data. I mean, usually companies are okay, but there's kind of this call, this urgency that shames and undermines leaders. And what it does is it disempowers them and creates a call to action from the level above as the only way to solve this problem is by creating this standardized transformation program with a cost out model, of course, to justify the whole thing. So what's happening inside organizations is that senior leaders at the highest levels are being disempowered. So this disempowerment is not just happening in mid-levels of the organization, but even at the highest levels of an organization. So what that leads is environments that are not just traditional ways of working, but are actually very, very toxic. Now, what can we do about this? Well, if you're one of those leaders and you're concerned about this, please reach out to us. We're putting together what we call Defense Against the Dark Arts, a way for leaders to realize that they're in a position where they're being undermined and sabotaged. Now, what can you do if you're stuck with one of these? And many of us are, and this is actually very common in the Agile industry that I'm involved with. And so what can you actually practically do? The first thing is to stop struggling, stop fighting against it. You're right, it doesn't make sense. So what do? You focus on the parts of the transformation program that will actually help you and your team be more successful in delivering customer products and achieving your goals. And for the rest of it, figure out how to work together to create some sort of, we call them adapters, a way to meet the stated requirements without actually creating damage to your team and your organization. There's a lot more to go into this, but I just want to give you a few quick tips. So thank you so much for joining us. And we hope, if you are in one of these, that you keep on and carry on and just wait for that wave to pass. It's going to pass, and then it's time to pick up the pieces and do the good work. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye-bye.